Here's the uncomfortable truth. I've had clients retire with millions and still be miserable. And I've seen others with half as much thrive. The difference? These 5 milestones that determine how your retirement actually feels. It's your favourite Scotsman here again, and after years of sitting across the table from clients, I've noticed something surprising. The ones who struggle in retirement usually aren't the ones you'd expect. It's not about their RRSP, it's about how they actually live. I had a client once who came into retirement buzzing with excitement. He had the bucket list ready to go, new car, African safari, cruise with the family, and even a wee kitchen renovation. Within a year, he ticked every box, and he looked at me and he said, "Chris, now what?" That's the problem with relying on a bucket list. It's one-off thrills, not a life plan. I've seen this play out with so many clients. They spend 30 or 40 years working hard, saving diligently, and the day they retire, they wake up to silence. And suddenly those 16 hours feel very, very long. That's why I tell clients to think in terms of life buckets, not just a bucket list. Travel, hobbies, learning, volunteering, family. Spread them out across your 50s, 60s and 70s. Because climbing Machu Picchu at 60 might be a great laugh. At 70, it's just plain daft. And here's a quick exercise for you. Write down your perfect Tuesday in retirement. Not a vacation, not a once-in-a-lifetime trip, just a normal, standard Tuesday. If you can't fill that day with things that feel meaningful, you may not be quite ready yet. Which brings us to milestone number 2. And this one hits especially hard for high achievers. It's about who you are when the job title disappears. I remember a client who'd spent decades leading a big team. Retirement came, and within weeks, the emails stopped, the phone calls dried up, and he realised something brutal. The company carried on fine without him. Just fine. That's the hidden challenge of retirement. For decades, your job isn't just what you do, it's who you are. Take that away, and suddenly the question becomes, who am I? So, here's what I want you to do. Write down 3 roles you'd like to play in retirement that have nothing to do with work. Mentor, volunteer, student, artist, traveller, doesn't matter what they are, as long as they give you a purpose and a reason to get out of bed. And no, reorganising the garage for the 5th time doesn't count as a life purpose. Quick break here. If you're wondering how all these pieces fit together for your retirement, well, I've put together a free retirement guide. The link is in the pinned comment below. Grab it and then let's get back to milestone number 3. Everyone asks me, "Chris, do I have enough money to retire?" Wrong question. The real question is, do you have enough health to actually enjoy it? Take one of my clients. Brilliant investor, meticulous planner. But in retirement, his biggest line item wasn't travel or golf. It was physiotherapy. And that's the reality most people miss. You can save for decades, you can have $1 million in the bank, but if your energy fades or your body gives out, your retirement shrinks overnight. Here's your action step. Choose one small health habit today and lock it in before retirement. Book that checkup. Start walking 30 minutes a day. Add strength training twice a week. Doesn't need to be dramatic. Consistency beats intensity every time. And no, switching to light beer doesn't qualify as a health plan. Now, money and health are obvious milestones, but the next one, most people don't see it coming. And it's the reason so many retirees spend years second guessing themselves. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people assuming retirement is all mapped out once the paychecks stop. But the problems aren't usually the ones staring you in the face. It's the blind spots that sneak up on you. For some, it's financial. The spending creeps up. A one-time gift to help the kids, a holiday splurge, and then suddenly wondering why the money's leaving faster than it's growing. Suddenly, the retirement that looked rock solid on paper starts looking more like Swiss cheese. For others, it's personal. They underestimate just how isolating retirement can be when the daily social network of colleagues disappears. I've seen clients with all the money they could ever need, but they're lonely. And let's be honest, talking to the dog all day doesn't count as a social life, no matter how good a listener the good boy is. So, here's your action step. Call out your blind spots before they call you out. If the kids are quietly draining your retirement fund, or the grandkids are being treated like royalty on your dime, admit it. Awareness comes first, the plan comes later. And that's exactly where milestone number 5 comes in. Turning that awareness into a clear, confident plan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Of course, a financial planner is telling me to have a plan. Shocking advice, I know. But after working with hundreds of Canadians, I can tell you that the people who retire confidently aren't the ones with the biggest portfolios. They're the ones with a roadmap. Because without one, every decision feels like a guess. When to take CPP, when to convert RRSPs to RIFs, which account to draw from first. And it's not just the money side. A proper plan ties in everything we've talked about today. How you'll spend your time, who you'll spend your time with, how you'll stay healthy, and how you'll keep your lifestyle in check. So, here's your action step. If you don't have a written plan, and I mean written, not just floating around in your head, it's time to make one. Talk to a financial planner if you don't have one. I could even recommend you a good one. Map out your drawdown strategy. Write down your goals for health, purpose, and relationships. Because if it's not written down, it's not a plan. It's a wish. And wishes do not fund a 30-year retirement. So, those are the 5 goals you need to hit before you retire. If you want help putting it all together, grab my free retirement guide. The link is in the pinned comment below. And when you're done, check out this next video, where I'll show you why retiring at 65 makes no sense and what to do instead.